What's up, Eagles Nation? This is Bry with Eagles Real Talk. I am the flyest covering the Eagles in the game on YouTube. Thank you for joining me today. This is the Monday Night Football preview. Eagles versus the Washington Commanders at the Link. I'm fired up. It's a divisional game. I always get amped up for these divisional games because I love beating on the competition within the division. But this year, our division is pretty nice. So it's going to be, fun, especially once we, start playing the Giants and we play, the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve, which is obviously a much anticipated game. But with that said, this is, the Monday Night Football preview. Let's stick to this week, get another dub. Before we talk about it, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and make sure you hit that like button as well. It helps the algorithm pick me up so I get seen by more Eagles fans just like you. Let's get straight into it. The Eagles are a heavy favorite, 11-point favorite on the spread. The over-under is 43.5 for this week. I think the Eagles are going to put up 30-plus points. I'll get into my score prediction in a little bit, but I feel like the Eagles are going to definitely score a lot of points. We're going to hold them to, around 10, 13 points on the game. So I feel like the Eagles are going to dominate. We beat them 24-8 last time. Last time, their quarterback at the helm was an old pal of ours, Carson Wentz. Unfortunately, he's dealing with an injury. He's not going to be suited up against us this time around, which was going to be so fun because he's going to come back to the Link. The Boo Birds, boo, we're going to be, going crazy that game. It would have been fun to see him back, but our hopes and dreams of him coming back to the Link, on the other team is crushed. So we get Taylor Heinicke. He's a serviceable quarterback. He's obviously a career backup for the most part, but he always seems to get some starting jobs, around the league. And this year is no different. He's starting week 10. They've actually been playing pretty solid under him. I think he has 2 or 3 wins since he took over. But with that said, they've won 3 out of their last 5, and the Eagles are obviously 8-0, so they won their last 5. We beat them 24-8, like I said, in week 4, I believe, handily. Our pass rush was just crazy that game. We were just driving, Carson Wentz mad that game. I think we sacked him 6-7 times. It was a massacre for them. This week they have, a few notable injuries on their offensive line. Tyler Lawson, he's questionable. If they don't have their starting center with the backup, it's going to be a problem, probably snapping the ball, defending against guys like Hargrave and Fletcher Cox and, Sweat and the boys, Hassan Reddick, coming around. Now we got Robert Quinn, and I'm also calling Robert Quinn's first sack. I think he's going to get a strip sack on Heinicke this week. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments, or let me know who's going to perform the best on our defensive line. I think it's going to be Quinn. I think he's going to have a sneaky good game this week. But like I said, they have, a few injuries on their defensive line. Chase Young is still out. He had surgery this offseason with the knee. He's still out. J.D. McKissick is out. A couple linebackers, Holcomb and Mayo, are also out. For the Eagles, we have a couple guys questionable. Avonte Maddox, he's been dealing with an injury. I guess it's a hamstring. I don't know where the hamstring injury happened. We've been, it's basically like a mini bye that we're on, the 10 days. So not sure why he's still dealing with an injury, but hey, he's listed as questionable. And then Josiah Sky, his backup, is listed as questionable as well. So it could be a little bit interesting with our cornerback room, but at the end of the day, we still got Slay, and then we also got Bradbury, and those guys are lockdown corners right now, so I'm not worried about it. On the other side of the ball, who will be defending their top receiver is Scary Terry McLaurin. We've done well with him over the past couple years. I feel like he'll have a few catches, but he's not gonna go crazy on us. Usually, I believe Slay has that matchup, so between him and Bradbury, I feel like they'll take care of business. They also have Gibson. He's a former wide receiver in college turned running back. He has 89 carries on the year, 328 yards with 2 touchdowns. And then, like I said, they have Heinicke as their quarterback. So those are really their 3 weapons, I guess, on offense. On our side of the ball, obviously, we got, A.J. Brown, who's just balling out with 43 receptions, 718 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then we got Miles Sanders, who's having just a bounce back year after not scoring a touchdown last year. He has 6 this year to match A.J., and he also has 656 yards on 131 carries. So we're giving him the ball. And I see something different in Miles this year. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he's running harder than ever. He's just running guys over, stiff arming people. He's not dancing that much. He's just following the holes, following his linemen in front of him, and he's taking care of business. And this has been the best year of Miles' career, in my opinion. And then the MVP, I think he's gonna win it this year. We have Jalen Hurts. He's taking care of that ball like an infant child this year. Yeah, he had a couple fumbles last game. One he lost, but besides that, 2 interceptions. One wasn't even his fault. So he's having a great year protecting that rock, and I feel like it's going to be no different against a Washington football team who doesn't really have any, corners or anybody that scares me on the outside. And you know what they're going up against. We got Dallas Goedert, who had a 100-yard game with a touchdown last game. I think he's going to have another beast. I think Dallas Goedert is going to really get going as, the seasons change and it starts to get a little colder. I feel like he's going to dominate a little bit more. But our offense is stacked, and I feel like we're going to truly take care of business. So as far as points per game, I think we're second in the league or first. I can't remember. I'm not going to pull it up here, but we're scoring 28 points a game, 28.1. On the other side of the ball, Washington is only scoring 17, okay? We're giving up 16.9. So it's right on par with them not scoring over 17 on it. If they score over 17 on us, it's probably happening garbage time when we got our backups in at that point. I don't feel like they're going to go over 17, and I feel like we're going to go over 28, our average. They're allowing 21.3 points per game. So the averages, the statistics are in our favor. Their total yards is 343 average. We average 406. Our passing game is comparable. They throw the ball 235.3 yards per game, and we're 258. So we're close. And then rushing, we're one of the best rushing teams in the league, averaging 148 per game, and they're at 108. So they're also allowing more points as well, 349. We're allowing 321. So our team is just we're just a better team. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. We're just a clear-cut better team than the Washington Commanders. We're a better coach. Nick Sirianni, he's got to get the coach of the year, right? I mean, he's got to at this point. He's a second-year guy, taking care of business, got his team, a leader of men, and we're sitting at 8-0. He's got to be the front runner at least. So, I feel like as far as coaching, players, just personnel, we're just a way better team than the Washington Commanders. And I'm going to hit you guys with the score prediction. I have us winning 33-13, 20-point win for the Birds. I could see us sneaking in another touchdown, maybe getting to that 40 mark. Since it's Monday Night Football, we may go out there and, put on a show. But as of now, I have us blowing them out by at least 20 points. Let me know your score predictions in the comments. The weather in Philadelphia at game time is going to be about 50 degrees, by the way. So it's perfect. It's football season, man. It's the fall. The time the clock went back. We're in a perfect position to make a run this second half of the season, and I'm very excited to see us play on Monday Night Football again. Playing on Monday night, I feel like puts the rest of the league on notice. You know what I mean? They look at us a little bit different. And we've had a few great games against the Vikings and a few Monday night, Thursday night games where we showed out. And I think this week is going to be no different. Jalen and the boys are going to handle them mightily, and we're going to go up to 9-0. So let me know how you feel about this matchup in the comments. Let me know if you're disappointed like I am that Carson Wentz won't be returning to the link. It sucks, I know. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. I'm Bry with Eagles Real Talk. Fly, Eagles, fly, and keep it real always. See you on the next video. Peace.